Hey YouTube, I haven't done a video in the last couple of weeks. I've been busy working on rough-ins in this cabin and finishing a few little odds and ends on the outside of this one. I sold that one as a shell where the customers are going to finish the whole interior themselves. I've just got the outside done. A little quick glance at that one. But I'll go and give you a walkthrough of our inside rough-ins here. So, the way I'm setting this one up is just like all the other cabins I've done. I'm kind of doing it to be off-grid. So all of the lighting and everything is 12 volts. We're gonna have a wood heater, wood burning stove, and then upstairs there's a 40,000 BTU RV furnace as well. So we'll come over here to the mechanical room. So what we've got here is I've got 12 volt power coming in. I've got 100 amp fuses on both positive and negative. They just go down through the floor and out. And those are a 1/0 copper core cable. And then I've got it distributed to a little fuse block here. And I've got a fuse for the hot water pump, or no, the water pump, the hot water tank, the furnace. We're going to be running a DC fridge in here. And then all of the lights are on one fuse as well. So when you come back here, I've got individual switches for everything. So same things, on off for the hot water or the water pump, hot water tank, furnace, fridge, and lights. And then I've got a little distribution centers for all the 12 volt wiring for all the lights and whatnot. So I just got positive and negative coming through. And this here is just a little rheostat to turn the fan speed up and down for a couple of fans that I've got. So what I did there is upstairs, I've got two little blower fans mounted very near the peak, one there and one over there, just with ductwork that goes down. And what those will do is they will draw hot air in the winter and pump it down, one into the bathroom. So there's the one into the bathroom. And then one into the bedroom here as well. And then those 12 volt fans are kind of noisy. That's why I did the rheostat, so I could slow them right down so they're not just on turbo mode. So I ran a little light in the mechanical room here. And then I've got a 200-gallon cistern mounted in the closet in the bedroom here. Pretty big, it takes up the whole space. And they've got a overfill tube that goes down through the floor and out. And then there's I did a flexible hose to supply the pump. And then I'm gonna have a fill spout up there as well, but I'm not gonna put that in until I have the siding on, because I'm gonna drill right through the siding, run the hose, and then mount the fill on the outside of the siding. So the water comes into just a 3.5 gallon a minute water pump, and I've got it set up with valves and whatnot, so I can easily winterize it if I need to. I can just turn a couple of valves, stick this hose into some plumbing antifreeze, close off that, and then suck the plumbing antifreeze through and winterize everything. And then I've got a little distribution center for all the cold water. I've got one for the bath sink, toilet, kitchen sink, hose bib, laundry, shower, hot water tank feed, and then the city connection. So I've got a city connection as well, so you can hook it up to pressurized water from the outside if you'd like. So all those hoses come up and then go to their destination. We've got the shower valve over here. And then I've got a hot water tank there, which will rest inside the corner base cabinet of the kitchen. Just go around I'll show you. So when that's all set up with valves for bypassing it for winterizing and draining it, and then the hot water coming out, I didn't do like a distribution center. I just added some extra T's. Like we got a T here that goes for the shower hot, and then the 2 sinks, the kitchen sink and then the bathroom sink on that side, and then this other hot going that way. I have one line for the future laundry, which I'm not doing, not even gonna rough that in yet because I won't need that for about 10 years. And then also for a hot outside tap. So I've got a hot and cold outside tap going through there, and there's shut-offs on those as well. So you can shut those off and then winterize it if you're gonna be living in here in the cold winters. Then you don't have to worry about that freezing. So that's the water system. And then for the gas line, I did all 1/2-inch black pipe. So I have the gas line coming in there and branching off to the different valves. So I have one valve here, that'll be for the future dryer. And then I have it teed off going up, and there's a valve there, and that hose is for the 40,000 BTU RV furnace that is mounted upstairs. And then I have it teed off going this way as well. And there's 2 valves there. And one is for the RV 10-gallon hot water tank, and the other valve will be for the range in the kitchen. That'll also be a propane range. So that takes care of the natural, or not natural gas, but the gas line for the propane. And then upstairs, here's the RV furnace. I still got to close off that one opening there that was used before. So I just have 2 ducts going downstairs, and I might do one coming off the top. This will all be closed in, and I might do one coming off the top that just dumps up into the loft upstairs here. And the loft isn't, I can kind of stand up right about at the edge here, and I'm 5'9". It would have been nice to go a bit taller, but I need to move this thing down the road as well. We got 2 windows, and then up here, oh, there's the plumbing stack going through the roof as well. This will be where the kids sleep. There'll be one bed here with a plug-in by the bed, and then another bed there with another plug-in nearby. And then we got another plug-in on the opposite side. And then there's the light switch there for all the 12-volt lighting. And I'm just gonna do little puck lights up here, almost everywhere really. So there's gonna be 3 on each side. So there'll be 6 lights upstairs with a switch just at the top of the stairs. And the stairs are gonna go down right here, and we'll stop near the door. So down on the main floor, we've got 2 spots where the ducts come through the floor off of the furnace. Right here, there's a T, and then it branches down into the mechanical room here beside the water tank. And I've just got it open about, foot and a bit off the ground. And this stud cavity here, between here and here, I'm not gonna finish. I'm gonna leave it open so that warm air can go under and kind of keep all this plumbing and everything warm on the cold winter days. And then where the other side of the T is, we just got a duct that just dumps into the bedroom. And the other duct, it comes down, goes through the wall between the bathroom and the bedroom, and then it just gonna dump into the bathroom at about floor height. So that's it for the furnace part of it. For the 110 volt power, we've got the panel mounted here in the bedroom. And it's one of those 60 amp generator shore power ones. So when you switch from one to the other, it'll turn it off. We'll end up only using one side, but it'll have a couple of breakers in here. Like I say, we have 50 amps coming in, And we used a 6-gauge wire to come in, and it'll have a 50 amp RV style plug on the outside. So for the 110 volt stuff, we've just got some, I've got a plug in the closet here for the future laundry. A couple of plugs in the bedroom, one there for each side of the bed. You come into the kitchen here. We've got a countertop plug there, and there. One over here for where the TV is going to go. And then there's a low down one by the windows here. And another one behind this vacuum here. There. There'll be a spot for a little shoe rack and some coat hooks there beside the door. And upstairs we've got a couple of 110 volt plugs up there. And then our hood fan is also going to be 110 volts. And then the bath fan in the bathroom as well. So the bath fan there, and it just goes outside through the floor joists. So with the 12 volt stuff, I already showed you the blower fans from upstairs. The switch for those is here, right outside the bedroom, a little bit high up. The light switch for the bedroom I ended up putting outside the bedroom just because when you come in with the pocket door here and the little closet there, there's not really a good spot to have a light switch. You know, I guess I could have put it over here by the window, but I figured it'd be fine out here. We'll have some lamps on the bedside tables as well. So same thing, they're just going to be 12 volt puck lights in the roof, so there's 5 here. I did 4 kind of centered, and then I did 1 extra one over here where the little spot is for whatever we end up putting in there, whether it's shelves and storage or a little makeup desk or whatnot. Out here, I've got it wired for 4 puck lights on each side of the ridge, so there'll be 8 of them up there. And then also, I've got a wire sticking down in the middle, and there's going to be a 12 volt DC ceiling fan up there as well. And the switch for that is right here on this side. And that's going to not have any lights in it. It'll be fan only. You come over here. That's where the light switch is for the main room lights. And then there's also a switch there for the 2 outside lights. And there's going to be 1 on each side of the door on the outside. And then that extra hole I drilled there, I think I'm going to run an extra wire up through there and leave an extra, little coil of wire on the outside. And then, because eventually I'm going to build a deck with a roof over it on the side, on the outside of this, probably almost from front to back. I don't know if I'll go the whole length or maybe stop it at about the window. I'm not sure. But then I'll have some wires where I could continue some lighting for the underside of that as well. That would be tied into the same switch as the 2 outside lights. So we've got the under cabinet lighting there, and there for in the kitchen. I ran a little a wire for an outside light that'll just be, an RV style light with the switch built into the fixture on the front. And then I also ran one outside by the hose bibs, and we'll take a walk out there in a minute. What else do we got to go through with the rough in here? With the bath fan, that's going to be 110 volts. So I think what I'm going to do is put one of those programmable switches where you could program it to run, 5 minutes every hour, 10 minutes every hour, or whatever you want, just to get some air exchange. And behind the wood stove, I'm going to put in a fresh air in tube. Something that can be kind of opened a little bit or closed. I'll probably just use one of those 4-inch round air diffusers on the inside, so that we can, open it up 1/8 of an inch or 1/2 an inch or kind of whatever we feel works after living in it for a while. So, go outside here. on this back side of the cabin, there's the RV style hot water tank there. And this is where the power in is going to be. There's a 2.5-inch hole saw there. I put a solid block in there. And then once we hook this up, that'll just push in, and same thing, mount it right into the siding. Then I've got a hot and cold hose bib here. And then we're gonna have just a little RV light above it. This is the fresh water or the city water connection. And then here's the propane in. I'll probably end up going over a foot or maybe even 2 feet, and then elbow it down, and then we'll just be using 30-pound propane tanks because we'll be mostly heating with wood when we're out here. And then there is the exhaust for the RV furnace. I ended up having to kind of custom make my own exhaust for it. So what I did was I used some like car exhaust tubing, and I welded it to that 1/4-inch steel plate, and then mounted the factory RV cover there. And then so when I sealed that in, I did butyl tape behind the 1/4-inch steel plate, pre-drilled the holes, and then I have it mounted to solid blocking there. And then I also caulked around it all with that quad sealant as well, and then taped over that too. So it should stay waterproof, and then I'll put a drip edge over that as well. I don't really know what else to say. I'm waiting on our siding. I ordered it 6 weeks ago, and they told me it would be 4 weeks. And then yesterday they told me it's going to be another 5 weeks. So I'm kind of panicking here, looking for another brand of siding that would be suitable for us. I really like that KWP Rustic Series siding, which is what we were planning on using. But plans may have to change for that. But that's it for now. Okay, so we also just ordered our kitchen cabinets here. So I'll just give you a rundown of what the kitchen's gonna be like. So it's kind of like that. So along this wall, we'll have that bank of drawers, which is gonna be 21 inches wide. Then that sink cabinet is 36 inches wide, and we're gonna have, I think it's a 30-inch double sink. And then in that corner cabinet, that's where that hot water tank is gonna be. So I'll have to cut the back of that cabinet out and notch it around to slide it over that. And then we have another small bank of drawers. I think that's 18 inches. And then a 24-inch space for range. Then another 18-inch cabinet. And then a 24-inch fridge. And then that other cabinetry over here, that's where the TV is gonna go. So the base cabinets are just basically shallow ones like uppers. And then we're gonna leave a space for a TV with little upper cabinets above it as well. And then the island, just gonna kind of go in the middle of the floor here. I kind of marked it, but those little pencil marks there. So the island is only going to be, what is it? I think 42 inches long. And then it's got those little wine bottle shelves on each end. Because same thing with the base of the island, we're not doing the deep cabinets, we're just doing the shallow cabinets that are only 12 inches deep. So then with the wine rack, it's 2 feet. And then we'll hang the countertop over the 3 sides. So the 2 ends and the side facing towards the great room, and then we can sit around it like a kitchen table as well. So I think it's gonna be 5 feet long with the countertop. So that's how the kitchen's gonna be. And we ordered just a white shaker cabinet, white shaker doors, and then all the drawers and everything are all soft close. And it's not a real high-end kitchen, but it's not the cheapest piece of junk either.